so we managed to drill all those holes without drilling into any of my parallels or the mill table. And all I've got to do now is just deburr those and chamfer them a little bit, and then we'll rotate this guy around and do the next quadrant. I guess we'll rotate it around like that, in that way. And we'll do the next quadrant. And I'm going to do each one of these quadrants off camera because they'll all be just what you just saw. Okay, as you can see, I have rotated the plate 1/4 of a turn. Well, I've got that locked down. The drill right dead center on the 0, 0 there. So now we'll start with the SDM and just put a little center drill spot in each one of those holes. And then I get the regular drill bit and come back and drill them out. Same story as I did there just before, and everything will match up to the specifications pretty well within a thousandth or so anyway. Alright, this is the last hole in the first plate, and then I'll change this out, put a collet in, and cut the little slots in it. There's 4 slots got to be put in it yet. That is, of course, too fast for that drill bit. I got to change gear wrenches here. At least I didn't overheat the drill bit getting down to here. Alright, so now I've got to put a collet in there and put a little end mill and cut the 4 little slots. I'll cut 2 at a time and let that be it. I didn't cut the slots yet because I got to thinking I'm going to have to crank that mill table up 12 inches up higher and cut those slots and crank it down 12 inches. With the next one I have to crank it back up 12 inches. So I decided to save all the slot cutting for the very last thing I do. And then we'll do it all at one time on both of them. That way we don't have to crank it up a foot one time. It took me about 2 hours to do the first plate. Of course, that included figuring out time. And this one I should be able to get it done pretty quick, probably less than an hour. Let's see here, it's 1:10, so if we get it done by 2:10, that'll be pretty quick. Okay, so we have that light's pretty much of a nuisance. There, yeah, it's still a little bit bright in that spot. It's time to cut that slot and find a place where you guys can see. No. I guess you can see now. So we're going to cut the little slots. And I've raised the table up what I think is about 45 thousandths. We'll cut the slot and then we'll measure it for depth, and we'll correct for depth and finish it off. So away we go. Put a little lubricant on there. Alright, we're going to cut the first slot. The first shot appears to be about 4 thousandths shallow. So we'll go ahead and do this one, and we'll come back and get the first one a little deeper after a bit. Well, there you are. 2 plates drilled and slotted. And that'll be the end of this video, except to say we're going to have another ARW discussion this Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and you're all invited to show up for it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We usually have some pretty good YouTube creators on there, even a couple of prestigious ones, so come on by. Now that we've said all that, I'm going to move on and let us see what Bubba, you never know what Bubba's doing. Let's see what he's up to. Seems like Bubba was sitting on his porch one day. This salesman wandering down the street come to Bubba's yard, and there's a sign there says, "Beware of dog." The salesman looked inside to see where that vicious dog might be, and there's an old hound dog laying on the ground there. Looked like he wouldn't even be interested in breathing hardly, and looked cold and harmless to the salesman. The salesman says, "Well," he says, "hello there." He says, "Is this the dog that everybody's supposed to be aware of?" And Bubba says, "Yep, that's him." The salesman says, "Well, he don't look like he'd even bite a biscuit. Why you got that sign, Bubba says, "Well," he says, "on account of before I put that sign up, people's always coming in here tripping over him." Well, that's all, folks. Y'all try to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a comment if you got something to say. And above all, remember, keep on keeping on. Bye now.